Dear friends, first of all I want to thank you for your participation in this conference that we have organized as the group of socialists and democrats in the European Parliament to deal with intellectual property and free access to culture. And let me remind you that since the very beginning of this discussion, the environment of these issues, both issues, was a sort of condition for a continuous struggle between two different positions. And it was very hard to reconcile both of them, to try a possible solution which should take into account interest of creators and interest of internauts and those that want to have access to culture, exploiting the enormous opportunity offered by the internet and the net as well. We had positions of the creators that have insisted for long about their sacred right to remuneration. No doubt about it. And on the other side, the attitude of internauts that wanted to have respected or to have the right to free access respected by the institutions. We tried to find a solution about it. We did not go on discussing the whole issue of intellectual property together. And we tried to find solution for some aspects of it. For instance, the orphan works. For instance, a very strong attitude about ACTA. For instance, to exploit our interest for impaired vision people and their sacred right to access to read a book, even in different and far places of the world. And at the end, the discussion about the collective management of the intellectual property. And having followed this idea and having tried to find in each issue a sort of a solution dictated by fantasy, legal fantasy about the legal aspects of the intellectual property rights, and fantasy in the way the net and telematic and informatic could provide solutions for access in different ways, which is not the only way to a free discharge, even sometimes illegal from some points of view. We have found some solutions. It is proved by the fact that we have, in each issue I have quoted today, something that is coming to a point, a final point, and this is something that makes us proud, because this legislature of the European Parliament has produced something in the field. We are trying to finish also to discuss about the collective management, of course. What I would like to ask to this meeting and to the 3 hours of discussion we are facing today is to pray you to give all your contributions of ideas and proposals for the last part of the legislature until the month of April, and even for next legislature to leave to it some point that could be developed on the same line, and in a particular attitude that I like to define a positive attitude, something that proposes the way to come out from this discussion. We would like to remember that our movement socialist and democratic movement couldn't be existing without respect for remuneration, wages, labor. And in the future, and in the present time, even in the same movement couldn't have any raison d'être without looking at access to culture as wide as possible, and create the possibility to enlarge culture in the world. Thank you very much, sir.